North Carolina Senator Kay Hagan had a debate with her Republican opponent Thom Thillis last night, and she destroyed him on the issue of equal pay for women.
Speaker Tillis, North Carolina women earn just 82 cents on the dollar compared to their male counterparts. In the General Assembly, you killed an equal pay bill, and you've said you don't support a proposed equal pay bill in Congress. Why don't you support these bills to ensure that women get equal pay for equal work?
Well, Senator Hagan, you probably know that there are laws on the books that it's against the law to do something that any employer does. He should pay the consequences. Men and women, my mother, who worked hard and helped us actually make ends meet, my wife, my daughter, and a number of other people have worked, women deserve the same pay as men. Let's enforce the laws that are on the books versus some of the campaign gimmicks that are going to put more regulations on businesses and make it even more difficult.
Get a response, Senator.
Speaker Tillis, I think you need to read reports. Women in North Carolina earn 82 cents on the dollar. I didn't raise my two daughters to think that they were worth 82 cents on the dollar. The first bill that I co-sponsored when I got to the Senate was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. We need to build on that law and pass the Paycheck Fairness Act, which is the equal pay bill. But Speaker Tillis, I don't think you understand that the bottom line when women get more money affects not just women, but it affects their entire families. Husbands want their women to get equal pay. You know, Speaker Tillis, I've been a woman in the workplace. I know the obstacles that women face. Let's just give women equal pay for equal work.
Well, Senator Hagan, I absolutely think we should give equal pay to equal work, and those employers that don't do it should bear the consequences based on the laws that are already on the books. My mother worked hard. My grandmother was a single mom. My grandfather passed away when during the Depression era, where she had to work every single day. I know she was discriminated against, and that was wrong. That's why the Equal Pay Act was passed. We need to make sure that my daughter, who will start nursing next year, she better get paid the same amount as a man of the same skill set, or there should be consequences for that. What we don't need to do is put another regulation in place like Obamacare and all these other regulations that are killing jobs and harming women in disproportionate numbers in this state.
Make sure you have equal time. You get 30 more seconds.
George, Speaker Tillis said the Equal Pay Act was passed. It has not been passed, and he opposes that bill. Speaker Tillis even opposes the minimum wage. He said the minimum wage is a dangerous idea. And Speaker Tillis, Mitt Romney thinks we should increase the minimum wage. You've said that that's a state policy, and yet you've done nothing in North Carolina to increase the minimum wage in our state.
Speaker Tillis, you dropped your ass. And Hagan just gave it back to you. Whoa. That was embarrassing. You could tell, you know what was happening there? The mental process, okay, of Tillis was, all right, I got to respond to this somehow. Where are the talking points? They're somewhere in my brain. I can't find them. I can't find them. All right, time to speak. Go. And he's like, you know, I had a mother. I got a mother. She's a woman. I got a wife. She's female too. And my daughter, I got a daughter. They're all women. I like women because I got women in my family. That wasn't the question, Speaker Tillis. So anyway, on the issue of equal pay, and the whole 82 cents to the dollar thing, yeah, you know, I'm for equal pay for women. And that's why the bill got passed. Hagan's like, but it didn't. It didn't get passed. And that's why I say, gotta stay away from Obamacare. Benghazi. You guys with me? Oh my God, these Republicans are so stupid. It goes back to the Mitch McConnell thing. Mitch McConnell, who's been in the Senate since 1798, he didn't even realize that the fucking website in Kentucky for Obamacare is part of Obamacare. He's like, you know, I really hate that Obamacare, but I love that website. Motherfucker, that is Obamacare. That is, you don't know that. You've been in the Senate forever. You went golfing with Thomas Jefferson. He still didn't know it. Okay? And this jackass, forget it. He's even more too far gone, even way past Mitch McConnell. Okay, now, let me explain to everybody what's actually happening here. The Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act is about the statute of limitations. So Lilly Ledbetter found out that she was getting discriminated against in her pay way after the statute of limitations was already over with for pay discrimination cases. So a court said to her, sorry, you're not going to get your back pay because you should have came here years ago. And her response was, I just learned about this, and I'm coming to you as soon as I learned about it. And the judge said, too fucking bad. So what Obamacare did, or I'm sorry, not Obamacare, what the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, which is the first bill that Obama signed, what that did is that made it so that you extend the statute of limitations to when the person learns that they're being discriminated against. That's when the statute of limitations starts and the clock starts ticking. Okay, so, and she never got her money back, but it's for people who it happens to in the future. So that's what that's about. That's not the Paycheck Fairness Act, which is the equal pay bill as they're referring to it. And that, of course, makes it so that if there's a pay discrepancy, there's pay transparency under that law, okay? So the women need to know what the men are making in the same position at a given job. And then if there is some sort of discrepancy in the pay, then the bosses are required to explain to the female employee why that is. And he's not for that. He's against that. So that's the reality of what's going on, and Kay Hagan is exactly right, and this guy just made a fool of himself stumbling over his words and trying to remember talking points, and he didn't succeed.